The title of this video is Miscellaneous because there are just so many different informations and various topics in this video without my usual one topic thorough investigation. Or would you prefer a title like Breaking News, as so many do? Or maybe revealing shocking facts in the title. Look at it here, reveal shocking facts, especially these one with these sort of letter types. Here also, reveal shocking facts. And here also, reveal shocking facts. Here, more shocking reveals. And here more shocking reveals, shocking secrets. Accidentally reveal shocking numbers, reveal shocking. Oh, humanity is so smart, aren't they now, eh? Look at it, reveal shock. I think most of the titles are like this, you know. Breaking news, reveal shocking facts. And they get millions of views, like, you know, look at that. Yeah, reveal shocking facts, especially, what is it, probably India or something. Oh, they're really smart in India, aren't they now? Yeah, reveal shocking facts. It's all reveals shocking facts. Well, it's endless. It's really endless, you know. The truth has been revealed. Oh, that's another one. It's full of it. This is how smart humanity is, aren't they now, eh? Or maybe I type in or give it a title, you wouldn't believe what ... just said. You know, there's loads of them doing this. You know, look at it. I type this in. You wouldn't believe what ... just said here on YouTube. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's all this. You wouldn't believe just said. You wouldn't believe just said. You know, and it goes on and it goes on. You know, oh, humanity is smart. Look at this. Yeah, you wouldn't believe what just said. You wouldn't believe what he just said. You know, you wouldn't believe what just happened. You wouldn't believe what Trump just did. Look at it. You wouldn't believe, you know. You wouldn't believe what Tyson Fury just said. You wouldn't believe. Oh, now I said this name, so I'll find the name back in the machine is gonna recognize the name, so I'll find it back in the description. Oh boy, I'm just improvising, making errors, you know. Yeah, just it's full of it, you know. They don't even show all of them, you know. I discovered something, you know. This one here, and it's shocking, always shocking. Look, and these are all titles that attracts your curiosity, only to attract views. And when you click on it, there's no information at all. Would you like me to start doing this as well? Well, YouTube seems to like these cheaters and liars because they get millions of views. While YouTube won't even let me comment on my own channel anymore, which started after this video here, these two here, which someone working there at YouTube apparently didn't like at all. Probably some sneaky pink list killers working at YouTube, conspiring against all who speak against the official narrative, which they ram down our throats. So, well, you won't see my initial comments anymore. This here was the last one. That was this one here. And funny enough, I tried it again with this video here, and it worked again. I can't reply. That's already been for a long time, but I could leave an initial comment, you know, like this one here, like, you know, this is the initial comment. was probably not all on it, but you can see it here. This is G.I.U.R.E.H, 12 replies. That was the initial comment. So that was the last video. That was this one here. This video here, I couldn't. And when I saw today that I could do it again with this video, I tried it again on this video, but I couldn't. So there's something very fishy going on with this video. And also there are not many views, only like 5,000. So maybe you didn't get a notification. Many people are telling me that they didn't get a notification. And it's really weird that on all these videos here before, and even this one here, I could leave the initial comment. But with this one, I couldn't anymore. So I thought, well, now it's completely over, which they did before, actually. So apparently this video, I've got a feeling they don't want us to let you know the information, what's in it. I'm not going to read the title. Here's the title. Otherwise, I got it all in the description underneath the video, which I don't want. So, yeah, if you haven't seen it, go ahead. It is an important video. In this video, I only revealed the historical facts of this parallel reality. And it's absolutely crazy. But I haven't explained yet why they did it, who is behind it really. I thought, well, I'll let you think about it first yourselves before. And because actually I already explained all the things like who's behind it and why and everything. So maybe I'll do that. But I'm not sure how much more time I have here. I'll be back on the streets again soon, probably. Being homeless again. And so go ahead and watch this video, because it's important. It's very important. Especially you jaywalkers, you should absolutely watch that. So I'll show you, like, underneath this video, there are 143 comments. I just can't leave my initial comment, you know? And I can't reply. I just, and that's been for ages. You see all the replies here. I just can't do it. They just won't let me. But I'm reading your comments. You see, there's no, and I tried it when I made it 5 days ago. I tried it again today and a couple of days before. They just won't let me. There's something very, very funny going on around this video. And of course, there's a lot of, they just don't want you to see this information, I guess. I have a feeling a lot of people haven't gotten the notification. They just push a button somewhere, you know. At certain videos, they push a certain button. I don't know what they're doing. Usually, I should have had more comments, and I'm reading all your comments. Hey, don't worry. So this comment here is just the most recent one, and there are many, many more I read. But I can't go through all the comments of all my videos now. So this was yesterday, 1 day ago, and Maria here. It says here, every time I return to a video of Sean Ross, my likes are removed by YouTube. Even my subscriptions disappear pretty often from his channels. It rarely happens on other videos, subscriptions. It pisses me off knowing how much hard work he's doing and still coming nowhere. He would probably had a couple of 100k subscribers by now, if not censored. Homie Ross is one of the most important on the YouTube. And there are many, many more comments like this, people telling me they didn't get a notification of a new video, the comments disappear. And as I told you, even my own comments, they disappear and I can't put them in. It's, Well, they don't like me, you know. Someone there, or maybe the whole company, or somebody working there, or the politics behind it, the Swissies behind it, the pink list killers behind it, or just a combination of all of this. It just makes my work impossible. Absolutely impossible. So that comment came under my last video, you know, the guy with the charming looking eye here. Look at this. And I'll show you the comment once more. So this is the title, Dominationis Demonium, on the same channel. I made it, 2 days ago. And so here's that comment I just showed you. And there's so many more people who are telling me this, you know, that my videos get absolutely sabotaged, and also the people watching it. There are really great powers, mostly the Swissies and the pink list killers, who just want to silence me up, eh? Already before that, I couldn't answer your comments, as my replies, even on my own channel, got deleted by the machine, but I could always leave one initial comment, which is not possible anymore either. I read your comments though, and soon I will open and check my email again. Many of your comments tell me that they haven't gotten a notification of a new video of mine. There was even someone in the comments who hadn't gotten a notification in years. So my work gets sabotaged from all sides by YouTube. I live under state's terror. I'm a homeless most of the time, though sometimes invited by a fan so I can do some more videos. But the French are not very helpful at that, where there's hardly any solidarity. So here it says sabotage 360 around 360 degrees, 360 degrees around. And they're trying to cut the line where I'm hanging at, eh? I hope you realize how rare it is to find a channel like mine where they don't bother you every 5 minutes to subscribe and thumbs up. Beg relentlessly for more money, pushing you into the false argument that without your money there will be no more videos for you. Or publicity shouting in your ears every 5 minutes, screaming endless advertisements of things you'll never use. I hope you realize that this is a rare channel. Or would you rather prefer this channel to be as the rest of the dead fish swimming downstream? Another person left the comment if he or she could re-upload my videos somewhere else. Well, please do. And it would be good if someone could upload all my videos on X. Go ahead. So here you see the X. And here it says, my videos are my present to humanity. And you may re-upload them anywhere you want. You may even use the information of my videos for writing a book or make a movie, under the condition that you mention you got the information from me. That's all. Just leave me the honor. That's all I ask. I already lost everything, so just leave me the honor, okay? Then it's all for free. In the comments, there was also another person who asked if I did any videos on this guy here. Here you can read his name. I'm not going to pronounce it anymore. Here you can read it as well. So otherwise it will show up in the description and his head as well, which I don't want. So here, I hope you can read it here. So YouTube deleted that video. Well, not part one. Part one should be somewhere. As I didn't want to use his name, I called the title Lone Scum. You know, that's using the same letters here. This one, L-O-N-E, Lone, like Lone Ranger. And this is on the platform of the Health Ranger. And here, S-K-U-M, Scum. I know it's written with a C, but okay. So this one should be there under that title on my channel, on my YouTube channel. This one was deleted. Oh, they didn't like that. Because Bob Haldeman, he is of the same lineage as this one here. It's a very powerful bloodline. So here you can see my channel on Brighteon. There it is. It's G.I.U.R.E.H also. There are 67 videos. There are many videos that got deleted on YouTube, which you can find here. Many of them are at the beginning, so you have to scroll down. But now they won't let me upload any more videos either. I tried everything. I tried Dailymotion. I was here. And there was this other one, this other thing in Canada. I don't recall the name. I tried everything. So I'm not going to try another video platform, you know. It's all the time something. And so it's up to you to re-upload videos, my videos everywhere. So yeah, this is the answer to the question in the comments. So yeah, go ahead and re-upload the videos wherever you want. And yes, I did a video on Lone Scum. I call him Lone Scum. There he is. And part 2 got deleted, but you find it here. Maybe he will enjoy it, you know, as he is for free speech and all that. Let's see if he likes it, if you put it on X, yeah? You know, it's all a bubble anyway, you know, it's all... Don't believe all these guys, you know. All the same. Another comment asked, where does the name G.I.U.R.E.H come from? And what does it mean? Well, about 30 years ago, I was all alone sleeping in the Cathar castle of Kiribus, where I heard the name G.I.U.R.E.H coming out of the wall. I don't know what G.I.U.R.E.H means. Maybe it comes from Simon Bar Giora. That sounds like Giura, or G.I.U.R.E. Simon Bar Giora. And Simon Bar Giora led the jaywalkers against the Romans 2000 years ago. Simon Bar Giora was not a jaywalker, and neither am I. His name Giora is Aramaic, and it means he who is strong. Well, one thing is for sure, that I'm also fighting against today's Roman Empire. So maybe G.I.U.R.E.H is G.I.U.R.E.H, who knows? So here you can see the video, because 12 years ago I went back to that castle. So when I heard the name G.I.U.R.E.H, that's 30 years ago. But I went back, you know, in the meantime having YouTube, and so here you can see this is inside the castle in the night. You know, now it's all closed, but 12 years ago it was still open. You know, you can just go in there and, you know, crash there for the night, you know. It's quite adventurous, you know. So you see, in 2013, February, well, we're almost February now, so that's 12 years ago. Wow, I had 1,500 or 1,600 views. And you see, this is on my old channel, G.I.U.R.E.H. This is the one I started 14 years ago. But it got taken off 7 years ago or 8 years ago. And all of a sudden this year, after I did a special video about the Middle East again, about the war with Gaza and all that, I did it in, I think, last year. Yeah, like exactly a year ago. And after that, you know, in April, I had a look and suddenly my channel was back. You know, it was gone for 7 years. The whole channel, they just deleted it. And it was gone. And all of a sudden, somebody must have liked my video because I gave information that the war in the Middle East is a war in between the nobility, Pharaoh's nobility, between the vertical and horizontal rule. And there's nobody else giving out this information, you know. They thought, well, let's give him maybe as a thank you, give him his channel back. This is how I saw it, you know. So you see, it's written not with the capital letters, but minuscule letters, and it has a different icon. So this is my old G.I.U.R.E.H channel. And here, look how many comments I had on this video. Look at it, 2 comments. Can you believe it? 2 comments. Amazing, eh? So in this video, you'll see how I go into in this castle in the night. You see, it's dark. I'm having my lamp out, and I'm going to crash there somewhere. And here you see my sleeping bag in the morning. And here I slept in the night in that castle. Here I had a nice view in the morning. Here I walked up. It was still light when I got there, I think. Yeah. Well, I spent quite some time, and this is an ancient castle of the Cathars, the Albigensians. They've got different names. Oh, they were called heretics. Well, I guess all heretics are okay, isn't it? So, well, go ahead and look at the video. So, just write down the title, go in my video, in my channel, and or scroll down, or maybe if you put the entire title in YouTube, maybe it pops out, I don't know, but most of my videos, they won't pop out. But maybe if you put the entire title in this channel, look for it, and maybe you can see it. Maybe you can add a little bit to the 2 views I have already, 12 years ago. So here you can read about Simon Bar Giora. And actually it was a jaywalker from the JJ base who told me this. If he knew maybe a jaywalker name that, you know, that looks like G.I.U.R.E.H, and he came up with this here. For me as well, this is the closest I could get, you know, to my name, the word I heard coming out of the wall. And it had always puzzled me, you know, all these years. It happened 30 years ago. And so then when YouTube started, I thought, well, now is the time to use that name, probably, eh? And that's what I did. And maybe it's this. I mean, this is also historical. Simon Bar Giora, so was the castle where I heard it. So you can read it yourself. So he died, you know, terribly. He got tortured in Rome and all that. So he had a little bit of a similar life as that I'm having, you know, fighting against the Romans, getting tortured. Well, they almost killed me a couple of times, the Swissies. And Swissyland, actually, that's where the Roman Empire is now. You know, Pilatus, the guy who killed Jesus, well, he went to Swissyland. There's even a mountain called Pilatus next to Lucerne. And they got airplanes called Pilatus, where they do genocide. They did a genocide with that airplane in Sudan. It was cheaper than buying an Apache chopper or something. So here you can read about it. In Rome, it says his name is on the is here on it. Here's Simone di G.I.U.R.E.H. There he is. He had a terrible death. The Romans, I think, they stuck his eyes out and then marched him through the street, just like the Philistines do in Gaza, you know, this sort of thing, yeah. So I hope this is an answer to your question. Where does the name G.I.U.R.E.H comes from? I don't know. Maybe it's this, maybe not. I just heard it coming out of the wall. I don't know how that happened. I have no idea. I was alone. It was night. I have no idea how that happened. And even miles around, you know, or tens of miles around, or hundreds of miles, there was nobody around. Nobody, you know, a completely deserted area. So how is this possible? I have no idea. Then there was this incident of what I call the soccer match in the flatlands, which I spell this way as in a soccer punch, sounding like soccer the game. For me, the whole story was just too vulgar to even mention it. So here you see, soccer match. I wrote it this way, I hope you understand, in the flatlands. I guess all the involved parties were violent troubleshooters, both jaywalker hooligans and the Muslim Philistines, with the police, the media, and the alleged presence of the Jaywalker Secret Service, all of them deliberately firing up the SUCKER soccer match with loads of sucker punches. Humanity at its best, right? Well, I already told you in this video you can see here, and some others, that the problem between jaywalkers and Philistines is an internal war in between the horizontal rule jaywalker nobility and the vertical rule Philistine nobility, which is played out by mobilizing their respective serfs. So to have the jaywalker serfs fight the Philistine serfs. So it's all played out by their respective nobilities. So it's on my channel here. I made it 9 months ago, 20,000 views, and here's the title: The Global Caliphate and King Charles al-Winsar bin Arabiya. Somehow, by putting this date here in the title, the machine recognizes it and the video gets automatically shadow banned. So I'll give this date another name in order to escape the thought police. I'll call it the whole catch 2, like once more they caught them and put them in a hole, in the ground, in a tunnel. Here you can read it, whole catch 2. I fear that they are making a religion again out of the whole catch 2, just as they did with the whole catch 1. Either you believe it and you'll have no problems, but if you don't believe it, they will send you the Holy Inquisition, officially prosecute you, and lock you up for many years. It says the whole catch 1. Even many jaywalkers themselves from the JJ base don't believe in the whole catch 2 and tell me that they believe it was all a setup by the state who betrayed them. We can see how Google's YouTube are slowly testing the AI, artificial intelligence, for the total control beast system that lies ahead. I believe and know that both whole catches really happened, but we're being lied to about the real forces behind the screen that made it all happen. And in both cases, the evidence about the dark forces behind the screens leads to the Principality in the Alps, as I've already proven you in my previous documentaries, because Swissyland is the base of the Knights Templars that connects both the whole catch 1 and the whole catch 2 to Swissyland, the #1 principality of the Templar princes, for whom the JJ base is just another subsidiary for the expansion of the horizontal rule system of the Republic. Fix your eyes on this here and on this here. Then, after work, making these videos, I just like to watch a movie and stop thinking. But even there, our pharaonic masters pour in a lots of sacred symbols, like in this Australian movie Convict from 2014, with all the prison guards with Templar badges on which it says State Corrections, where it says it all on the badge that the horizontal rule Republican state is by the Knights Templars, who will correct you if you won't obey their rules and obey their orders they give you. Nowadays, they are called the thought police, who are getting more and more active. That will get you years in prison for a tweet expressing your feelings about the crimes the state itself is committing. Then, in the movie Angels Fallen from 2020, you see a huge Swiss cross with lots of 90-degree squares in the Swiss cross, with 3 lines at the 4 sides of the Swiss cross. So it says all over the concept of 3 and 4 for square and compass. I mean, why would they show this Masonic crossing for several seconds in a film that has nothing to do with that particular crossing? Why would they do that, huh? So here you see the Swiss cross, and here's a square, and here's a square, and here's a square. There are many squares, so it says square, as in the square and compass. Now, where's the compass? So the square is the concept of 4, like also here in the cross, 1, 2, 3, 4. And a square is like this, there are 4 corners and 4 sides, so that's the concept of 4. And here are 3 lines. This line is thicker than this one. So they did it on purpose, you see? Here, 1, 2, 3. So that's the concept of 3. And I already explained it many times. The concept of 3, it stands for the compass. Because the compass in the square and compass symbol, it stands at 60 degrees. And with 60 degrees, you can make a equilateral triangle with 3 corners or 3 sides. So this is the concept of 3, and each corner has 60 degrees, as in the compass, as in the symbol of the square and compass. And this triangle is also the side of the pyramid. It's the hierarchy. And which is them, our masters. It's the side of a pyramid, and where the pyramid is standing on, it's a square. So the concept of 4, it is us, the people. and the concept, you know, where the grass is, where the cows, you know, are grazing. So, and the concept of 3, it's them, our masters, who give the orders, or the hierarchy, or as the Americans say, the hierarchy. That's why they put this symbol here. It had absolutely nothing to do with that movie. You know, they put their symbols like everywhere, you know, and we are walking over it. Like when, yeah, the people even cross probably from here to here and from here to here, from left to right. So when they walk from here to here, they start with the concept of 3 and then they go on with the concept of 4, like in the middle. So like the orders are giving, you know, and then you have to sort it out yourselves maybe. And all of a sudden you find yourselves in the middle of a crossing and you get run over, like in a war, you know. It all looks nice, you know, go into the war, you know, you got these nice images like Mr. Putin is doing at the moment in Russia. You think, wow, you feel yourselves like being part of a Hollywood movie, you know. Let's go there, you know, you got something to talk about in the pub, like a nice uniform, be a hero and all that. That's this, you know, the first 3. You get the orders, you know, and the propaganda. And then they dump you here, you know, and then all of a sudden, then you get the concept of 4 here. You have to do it yourself, and all of a sudden you stand here all by yourself in the middle of a bloody war. You get, you know, you get all shot apart, you know. The symbol, it says it all, you know. That's why they put it. They, for many seconds, they showed it. It had absolutely nothing to do with the video. Oh, it was a good movie, by the way. Made me stop thinking. Well, almost, apart from this here. Then here, in the movie Blue Tiger from 1994, in this government building in the US, it is full of octagons, squares, and circles, and even several sun hieroglyphs of our masters on the marble floor, where our masters let the dumb slaves walk over it, enjoying their ultimate power over humanity. So, easy, a square with 4 other little squares in it. In the middle there's a circle, so only this one it says square and compass. There in the middle of that one is an octagon, and as I already explained it to you, you know, we are the square. This is the down part of a pyramid, you know, where the grass is, and in the middle is the inner circle, which is them, and our masters are protected by the octagon, you know, against the slaves, which is this, the square. You know? So the octagon in this case, it's even a octogram, this one here, and it's a octagon with the 8 stars, like. And here's another square and a circle. And in this thing here, you can see the sun hieroglyph with one thing here, or maybe here, with, you know, on each side. Also here, there's a circle in the middle with a bar on this side and on this side, which I filmed you in my film, The Pharaoh Show, in so many, on so many fronts of houses. And the official hieroglyph, pharaonic hieroglyph for the sun is a circle with a dot in the middle, just like this one here. And here also there are 2 octagons over each other, so that makes 16 rays of this star with triangles all around it. And here also there's another, you know, sun hieroglyph it can be a circle in the middle or a square. And this one here is a square with 3, you know, bars on each side, or you know, a bar on each side. So this is the concept of 3, and the square on itself is already the concept of 4. So even here, from here to here, it says square and compass. And we got this one here, well, an octagon, many triangles around, a circle. Well, this is crazy. It's very complex. Here's a lot of squares in it, in the bars of the sun hieroglyph. And you see here, there's a slave coming, you know, the serfs. They're coming, walking over it, you know, and they have no clue what's going on. And, well, this makes the masters laugh, you know, they're laughing our heads off. We're walking over it. And apparently, you know, this is apparently a spiritual law of the cosmos, apparently, as I heard. I'm not sure if this is true. That the evil ones, they have to show it, you know, otherwise it's not valid. So they're showing it, you know, and all the dumb serfs, you know, they're all walking over it and they don't see it, but they showed it. So, you know, done is done. Then apparently they can do whatever they want with us. The blue tiger, yeah. Who's the blue tiger, them or us? Oh. You think about it, eh? Then in the English movie Ice from 1998, in some London government building, presumably the British Parliament, you see a red Templars cross in the middle, all together in a big octagon representing the top of the Nazi Templars, called the octagon, and with lots of squares and circles symbolizing square and compass. So here you see it, in the middle there's a Templars cross in red, and the whole thing is an octagon, you know, there are 8, the star has 8 sides, like, you know, and the whole thing is in a circle, and then again in an octagon, and again in a circle. And then the whole thing is in a square. It's the same thing, you know. They do this all the time. So the inner circle, which are the Knights Templars, you see, and they're Freemasons, because this is apparently the Parliament. This is the inner circle, the Templars, the Principality, the princes. The inner circle is protected from the square, which is the base of a pyramid, which is us, their slaves, by the octagon, or several layers of octagons. So there's the first circle, you know, like the lower authorities, you like, you know. And here you get the octagon, and then you get another circle here, like the politicians maybe. There are 2 colors, 2 different circles. And all in the middle here are the Knights Templars, which is the inner circle, you know, whom we probably don't even know who they are, yeah. And one circle here, this is the official hieroglyph or hieroglyph for the sun, which is a circle with a dot in the middle here. And you can see the sun hieroglyph also here. There's 1 bar on this side and 1 bar on this side, you know, and then the sun in the middle. And the circle in itself, like here, stands for the concept of 3. Well, there are 4 of them here, and this is a concept of 4. So it says square and compass all together. And it's all in marble, you know, all walking over it. And then there are some more numbers to see, which are very important. But I can't see what it really says. Like here in the clock, there are numbers. They always do this in videos, you know. And I can't pronounce it, but should I say it? Well, I won't. So it seems to be like 10 to 1 here in this clock, but it's hard to see. And 10 to 1 is like a 10 and a 1, which says 101. This is room 101, you know, the torture chamber, as I've made a couple of videos about. So, well, in the evening, I just like to relax, and but in watching a movie. But again, they won't really let me relax because I see all these things here, you know. And I guess in this image, the first thing I saw was the Templars cross in the middle. Apparently, British Parliament. So this here is apparently where the English government is, in this building here. It says the Palace of Westminster is the meeting place of the Parliament of the United Kingdom and is located in London, England. It's commonly called the Houses of Parliament after the House of Commons and the House of Lords. You know, and I told you this before. The Commons are for the horizontal rule, and the House of Lords, of course, for the vertical rule. But now, because of the Order of the Garter, they all have to abide by the rules of the vertical rule, and that's why, because of the Order of the Garter, there's a House of Commons and a House of Lords. Of course, these Commons are not really Commons; they're also Lords. You know, but only they call them the Commons because they're not anymore for the feudal system, but they are Republicans. Not in the American sense, but in the original sense of the word Republican. And Republican, it means horizontal rule. So it says here, well, that there are the two chambers. Well, you can read it yourself. Here you can see, well, it's so big, it doesn't even fit into the frame. Absolutely big. So, and well, here's some more about it. Well, it's very long, so I'll let you read it yourself. You can find it yourself. And I found some interesting pictures, which I will show you, which are quite similar to the ones in that movie Ice from 1998. So here again you see Westminster Palace. They call it a palace, where the government is. Well, how much more obvious can it be, eh? That we're still being ruled by the guys in the palace, in their castle. Look, it's like a castle. You know, nothing has changed, you know. It's only before there was a vertical rule, now it's a horizontal rule. Before there was a feudal system with a king or an emperor, now it's a republic with a government. And they're still in those castles and palaces, yeah? Westminster Palace. And this is inside Westminster Palace, would you believe it? It looks like a mosque or something, you know? I told you, the caliphate is there. They want to, and this is going to be River Nile. They're going to make a huge caliphate, and it has nothing to do with Islam, a caliphate. It's about the nobility. It's a vertical rule by the nobility. It has nothing to do with Islam. No. And look at it. Here, you got the inner circle here. And around it is the octagon. And the octagon, and there are several layers of octagon. The octagon is protecting the inner circle from this here. You see, there's a lot of little squares in here. I guess there wasn't enough place to put a big square around it here. It's probably outside it. There's a square, you know. And here, these triangles here, there are eight of them as well. All these things are octagons. So that's interesting. There are squares and circles. And so that says square and compass also inside the octagon. So the octagon, like the police and the army, you know, they have to be led by Freemasons, and you know, and this is what we see in England now. You know, the indigenous white population of England. They are being attacked by the police and soon by the army as well. And they're all square and compass in the octagon, as you can see here. It says it all. And this is in the government, in a castle. You know, the caliphate. So here again, the government palace. And this is also inside. You see a big octagon. And inside, it's a bit difficult to see, but there's a little circle, the inner circle, or the sun is shining in it, you know, the reflection of the sun. So the inner circle is protected by the octagon, police, secret service, military, all that, by all these little squares here, and even tinier squares here. And this is us. The square is us, the base of the pyramid. And this is them. And we can't get to them, you know, the inner circle, because it's all protected by police and big walls, electronics, AI, you name it. I can see here there's a sun hieroglyph here, with the sun in the middle, where the sun is shining through here, and with two bars on each side. And here as well, look at this. There's a sun here, and two, this is the sun hieroglyph, one in the middle and with like two bars. And this one is bigger. And this is in a big triangle, you know, for the concept of 3, which is also here in the circle. So this here is inside this building here, inside the palace. This is where they rule us, the inner circle. This here is the inner circle. And around it is the octagon here. There's all creeping with police, and they're crawling all over the place, and, you know, they arrest you if you get like too near, you know. And this is us, this is you, you know. You have to cross the dip first to get here, you know. The dip is also functioning as an octagon, sort of, you know, River Isis. So here again, Westminster Palace, the castle in which they rule over the English people, you know, letting all the caliphate guys inside. And this here, well, it looks like from a caliphate, like a sultan, you know, like a Saudi Arabia or whatever, you know. They got the caliphate already, you know, they got it ready. So the same thing. You can see here the inner circle here. I'd love to see what's really inside there. And here in red is an octagon. And you got all these arrows, you know, like lances sticking out, you know, against us. And us is like, you see all these little squares here in the carpet? You know, all these little squares, that's us, you know. And here's the square, that one here, like a flower or something, you know, where the grass is, that's you, you know. And here's also, the whole thing is in an octagon, and here's a golden octagon, all protecting against these little squares here. And this is interesting as well. You got here 4 triangles, you know. For the triangle is the concept of 3, and there are 4, so it's the concept of 4. This is also a sort of a square. And it's in red, sort of white and blue. Blue for the wall, the red house of Pharaoh, and the white house inside here, the white house inside. And also red. The very inner circle is sort of red here. You know, because that's the red house of Egypt, the Pertasser in Lower Egypt, where it all began, you know. The internal war. They already had the internal war, as I told you, between the vertical rule and the horizontal rule. So in Lower Egypt, in the north, where the big pyramids are, they had the vertical rule. And then Akhenaten, it had nothing to do with religion, just as today has nothing to do with religion. All these wars, all these internal wars, all this fighting has nothing to do with religion. Apparently, those who believe, I'm not really a believer, they say there's one God, so it can't have anything to do with religion, as there's one God. Then we all have the same God, no matter what your religion really is. But it was all a struggle between the vertical and the horizontal rule. In Upper Egypt, in the north, was the White House, you know, and they wanted the republic, you know, the horizontal rule, as in America. You know, I guess, you know, things I'm telling you, I've been telling you this 100 times, and you already forgot about it. You know, please admit it. You know, things I've been telling you like 10 times again, you know. Every time you forget about it, people even leave me comments, oh, I'm glad you repeat it, because so it refreshes the mind. This is why you should download my videos and re-upload them, because you forget it. At the moment you think, oh, now I know it all. Next week you forget it. Next month, next year, you forgot it totally about it. You know, this is how it is. You must download it and save it. Or write a book about it. I don't mind. You know, you can do it. It's my present. So only leave me the honor. I already lost everything. Just leave me the honor. That's all I ask. So they got, you see here, this is like the Middle East here. You know, in London, you think this is Europe. I told you, they got the caliphate ready for you. And the caliphate, again, has nothing to do with Islam. And you can see that. What did the caliphate guys do? You know, the Al-Sham, you know, and I can't pronounce the name. They have the same name as the Egyptian goddess. What did they do? They killed people, rape people, murder people. this hasn't got anything in common with Islam. This is not Islam. No, this is the proof. The Caliphate, al-Sham, is the nobility. I can tell you more about it with what is going on now in Syria, but that will take too long in this video. Maybe another time, if I get the opportunity again. And here on French national TV and news coverage, there is this funny symbol to the left of two sixes, or a 6 and a 9. No, you sex maniacs, it's not the notorious French 69, a French 69er in English. It is both a sun hieroglyph and it stands for Isis, Horus, and Seth. So you see, this is that symbol. It's like a 6 here, and there's another 6 here, or a 6 and a 9, a 69, you know. That's what the Frenchies probably think, if they think anything about it at all, you know. People don't think at all about these sort of things, except our masters, you know, they see it immediately. The demons inside, they make them see this immediately. But as you noticed, you know, there's one dot, a very small one. Here you got, as so to speak, a big one. And here one in the middle. You know, it's always the same. So this is Seth, and this is Isis, and this is little Horus. They do that a lot on roundabouts with 3 objects. A small one, medium one, and a bigger one. And it's also sort of a sun hieroglyph, you know, with the sun in the middle, and 1 bar on this side and 1 bar on that side. Only in this case, it's another circle. So it's a more complex sun hieroglyph with more information in it, you know. And I know where this is. I was here in the middle of the night. Oh yes, this is in Vienne in France, and this is a Roman pillar. There used to be 2, and one is not there anymore, where they did the horse races, you know, around 2 pillars, you know, like in the movies. And so that's why I recognize this is Vienne, which is south of Lyon, which is the ancient capital of France, Lyon. And it's on the big river, the Rhône, Le Rhône. So Vienne, why is Vienne important? What happened in Vienne in 1312? Well, the Knights Templars were officially disbanded in the cathedral of Vienne. I went there filming for you, but unfortunately the cathedral was closed, and I didn't want to wait until the next day. So, and yeah, they were officially in 1312. The Knights Templars were officially forbidden. And so around these dates, you know, in 1291, they started to speak German. They were forbidden in France and everywhere else, so they started to hide and speak German. And they became the Teutonic Knights. So there's more than only this here. There's also this here. And this means Vienne Knights Templars. And there's always a lot of information on TV, in movies, on the television, and the masters think, well, rightfully, that the dumb slaves, they don't understand it anyway, you know. Well, they think this very rightfully. That's what it is. And then there's this, what I forgot to put in Karl Stürmer video, standing in the open jeep, the tough guy that he is, together with the other alleged pinkless killer called Monarch. So it's still the same story, you know, as you can see here. Only the cars are getting, the jeeps are getting bigger, and the headlamps seem to get smaller. Quite peculiar. Never this happened before, that the French president take the Adolf stance in an open car on Armistice Day, November 11, together with another president. So here you can see some pictures of former French presidents always taking the ride alone. So this is President de Gaulle, General de Gaulle, in this famous French cars from the 60s and the 70s. They call it the DS. In French they say DS, it means the goddess. A D and an S, it sounds like DS, that's D-E-E-S-S-E, that means the goddess. And everybody knew it, you know. Or maybe not everyone, but at least the masters, they knew it. And who is the goddess? That's, yeah, well, that's Isis, of course. So that's called, they call it DS, the Citroën, of course, with the logo of the Apis bull. It's an original pharaonic logo, which is the bull that's protecting ancient Egypt. That's why the entrance form, which most immigrants, of course, they don't have to fill that in, eh? When the wetbacks come over the Rio Grande or whatever. It's only for the normal people. They get a rest, or the slaves, you know. And this form, it's called APIS, Advanced Personal Information System. I think it was that. I made a film about it 10 years ago or something. But never mind. The French presidents never took, they always took the ride all by themselves, as President de Gaulle here, in the car which was called the Goddess. So here another picture of de Gaulle in the Goddess, and here you see that symbol, you know, this like the corporal stripes like this. It's the same, the corporal, he's there supposedly to defend the motherland, you know. But okay, they're all imperialistic wars, you know, to stretch the republic, or the idea of the republic. So this picture, I don't know, the 60s or the 70s, probably the 60s, when France was still France, you know. It's now France is like gone. It's like a caliphate nowadays, already or pre-caliphate. You know, it's not entirely vertical rule yet, but so in a very short time, France changed from being the real France, which is gone now. And I don't think it will ever come back. So maybe that's why in the old France, there was only one president standing in the car. And now in the new France, there are two. Probably next year there are 3 presidents in it, or maybe 4 if there's enough place in the Jeep. So here again you see another president. I don't know who that is, probably in the 50s. I don't know what kind of a car this is. But here on the number plate it says 75, and that's for Paris, for Ile-de-Paris. The H I don't know, but this is 1, like, you know, like Air Force One. So maybe it's like a James Bond car, you know, with wings popping out, you know, like Air Force One, the French Air Force One. But you see, always one guy in the car. You know. So they should never have done this, you know, like an Armistice Day 2024 together with, well, I'm not going to, Der Stürmer with Monarch together in the car. They shouldn't have done this, because it has never done before, as you can see in all these pictures. But well, for both the Monarch and Der Stürmer all together in the car, it's more like the more males together in a car, in a closed confinement, you know, the better it is, you know, the better it is. So here the next president, you see the 75 again, eh? Yeah. And this is probably President Mitterrand. And it's funny, the blue is gone, so it's only red and white here, you know. The Red House and the White House of Pharaoh. And don't you think this is not on purpose, eh? Of course it is on purpose. You know, this is still, well, the UK, this is the United Kingdom of Pharaoh, you know. That's why they call it the UK, you know. But anyway, 75, and here it says 2P. The 1 is gone. 2 presidents, 2P. Funny. And this is also a Citroën. And And here this thing of the Armistice Day here. So again, he's standing all alone. And here another picture of President Mitterrand with all the dumb slaves behind it, thinking they're doing a great job. Maybe at this point the country was not invaded yet as it is today. And here again the 2P car, and here as you can see some more, there's an R, PR for president, with the 75 in the open convertible Citroën Maserati. They built a Citroën with a Maserati engine, apparently. So, yeah, the president probably took the Maserati car for a spin, afterwards. The next picture in the Maserati Citroën car with the pharaonic logo on it is President G.I.U.R.E.H, whom they called President Hiroshi-Rak, like Hiroshima, because he was throwing bombs in the nuclear bombs in the Pacific, for which he gave the orders to bomb the Rainbow Warrior, this Greenpeace ship, killing 1 or 2 persons who tried to block the French Navy to on their nuclear testings in the Pacific. So this is Hiroshi-Rak. What's his little finger doing like this way here? It's like this is the nobility. Actually, he was living in his castle all his life. It's all nobility. And this is, you see, the nobility. They can't put it together. Actually, my father had the same thing. And when he was in the army and he had to salute, he even got problems. He had to. He was court-martialed for it. And they just can't put it together, And then you get the typical aristocratic person, sipping from his brandy and with his little pinky finger, sticking outside. This is what it is. This is typical pharaonic. So a pharaoh in a car with a pharaonic brand logo, the uppies. So the next president here in front of the Arc de Triomphe, where the Armistice Day is passing through or going to. And he's already driving in a Peugeot, I think it is. And Sarkozy, President Sarkozy, he's got the Tsar, the pharaonic Tsar in his name, meaning a king or a pharaoh, like in a sarcophagus, a box to put the pharaoh in, or Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, or Caesar, the king of Rome, or the Tsars in Russia. The word sire or sir, it comes from Tsar. King Charles, his original title is Tsar. It means Son Altesse Royale, His Royal Highness. They know exactly where they come from. And so a lot of people, they were saying, oh, look, he's a jaywalker because his mother is a jaywalker, And then I talked with a rabbi. I did an interview with him, a rabbi from the JJ base. Some jaywalkers in the JJ base asked me if I would do this. I said, yeah, okay. And I asked him, and I told him, I think in the interview, that there are some examples like this guy here, where the mother is a jaywalker and the guy, he's not a jaywalker. And the rabbi, he was quite surprised because he never thought about this, It's also, they got their rules, and I think it's all, it's all strict and that's it, and they don't think any further about it, So from his father's side, he's from an original line of Hungarian kings. So I asked him, what do you think he is? Is he a jaywalker, because from his mother's side, or is he a king from his father's side? Giving him the name with the Tsar part in it, of a king, pharaoh. So Well, of course, he's a pharaoh, just as the jaywalkers. They also have nobility inside, you know. So this is President Sarkozy. The French hated him, and they still hate him. And here is President François Hollande. No, he doesn't do it with the pinky finger. Maybe that's why he took the other hand. He's just hiding it, you know. And you see, they're always standing alone. It never happened before. They're always standing alone. The French presidents alone in the car. So I guess monarch from France and der Stürmer from England, they recently got the idea from this episode in history, like here. And this guy, his name actually, Il Duce, it means the Duke. So we got a Duke and a monarch and der Stürmer. You know, the der Stürmer was also here somewhere, you know. It's all about nobility and Nazism, and none of the two ever disappeared. It's still the same thing going on. So this is why they got the idea from, you know, standing together in the car. I have no doubt at all. Here, look at these numbers here in the video High Treason. And it was funny, the moment at which I looked into your comments on that video called High Treason, about Der Stürmer's high treason, the video that apparently triggered YouTube to now completely block any of my own comments in my own channel. At that very moment, it said 666 views. Well, some of you might say a 6 for each one of the 4 apocalyptic horsemen. Most likely, as this video is about Karl Stürmer's high treason and about how he flips the eye into something else, very much like a snake's eye or a demon eye. Well, wasn't it a snake that seduced Adam and Eve, turning the primordial couple into Adam and Steve, Mr. Stürmer? So it says Adam and Steve. There you go. That's why there are 2 guys, 2 presidents in the Jeep, which has never been before.